Welcome to Stories of Brisco and Bradshaw. I would be Bradshaw, and that would be your Chickashaw native, your Chickashaw Hall of Famer, Oklahoma's favorite son, Mr. Gerald Brisco. And we got a good friend of mine who is in the Pro Wrestling Nebraska Hall of Fame. He once fell in love with Miss Elizabeth. He also worked with Rick Rude, the Road Warriors, Hogan, Dave Sullivan, you name it. It's an unbelievable resume. He's my good friend, Mr. Dave Sullivan. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, JB and Gerald. It's great to be here with you guys.
Hey, it's great to see you again. I got to see you in Waterloo, Iowa. I hadn't seen you in forever. You stayed with me one time when we were going down to Mexico or where we're going, and stayed in my house there in Texas. And then you went off and made it big in WCW, and I was in Europe trying to make it somewhere. And I'd see you. I thought that's awesome. That
is great to see you. I had a great time.
See you after all those years.
So, Dave, how old was John when you first met him? And tell us a little bit about him when he was a young person.
Well, we met, I think, Sportatorium, didn't we, John? We were doing on a card there.
We did, yeah. You were just passing through, I think, on your way to Mexico, I think.
Yeah, and we did the card there, and then John and I just struck up a conversation, and, he's funny. He cracked me up the whole time we're in the locker room. We did the show, and then we went out afterwards, and had a good time. And then we went and stayed with him. We ate barbecue and everything like that. Went out down to Mexico, and I laughed my belly laughed the whole time I rode with him. John had such a sense of humor that it reminded me when we got back at the Hall of Fame. He still got it. He got that damn sense of humor. I used to laugh so damn hard, and and the same thing in the ring. You try to bite your lip because he'd make a joke out there all the time. It's quite a character.
That's always the fun part, especially with the old guys. When you make them laugh in the ring, they never expect it. Especially a guy serious in his character and all gung ho, and you make them laugh. And
I know you're thinking you got to bite your lip, man. Hard, you got me.
Yeah, but it was so as you're coming up and everything. You're a huge man there. You have your football player coming up. Did you ever wrestle any, or besides professional? Tell us a little bit about your background and what really got you into the sport of professional wrestling.
Well, okay, I grew up here in Nebraska, and then I played football, and I wrestled all through high school and college. All through high school, and then college I wrestled. I went to UNO, and I wrestled there at Nebraska and Omaha the first couple of years and played football. And then after that, I couldn't gain any weight, so I just went all football. And that's how I started football. Then I got a chance to play with the Steelers there for a bit. And then I started coaching at first. And I was up in Minnesota at St. Cloud coaching and met a bunch. It was still the AWA back then. So I met a bunch of the guys. We did a show there for a fundraiser. Met Andre came in and all the old AWA guys did at that time. So I met a lot of them. And then I started going to school down in because then I went to Washburn University as assistant coach, and then I met Harley and Bob Geigel, and I started training with them, and Grappler started training me and all that stuff in Kansas City, and that's kind of how I slowly got into the business.
So
great. Go ahead, John.
It was through Bob Geigel that you got in, not through the AWA that you ended up started training.
Yeah, Bob Geigel, because I worked a year at St. Cloud. That's when I first got really interested in the business, because we were the football staff was the security for him and all that stuff for the event. And so I got to meet a lot of the guys. They're pretty cool. And I thought that I kind of always liked it. And I watched it when I was a kid growing up in Omaha. AWA was here a lot. And so I did that. Then I took a job down in Kansas as offensive coordinator at Washburn University there in Topeka. And then I went down and visited with Bob Geigel. And he Grappler trained me, but he got me started in it there in Kansas City. So I went to Kansas City as much as I could, trained, and so I could become decent at it,
Were you getting many matches when your early days of training, or?
Yeah, I wrestled in that territory a little bit there starting out, and then when Grappler went up to Portland, I went up there with them.
So Lenny, I saw that in your bio that Lenny was the one that trained you. I love Lenny. I just saw him recently down in Texas. What a funny guy.
He's like you. It must be something born in Texas blood.
He called me the other day and he goes, "Hey, would you go out to so-and-so?" And I said, "Somebody asked you to call me, didn't he?" He goes, "I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, somebody asked me to call you." He's such a good dude. He's not going to bullshit me.
No, he isn't. No, he'll tell you straight.
Was Lenny training a bunch of guys back then?
Yeah, about 3 or 4 of us. He trained Adam Baum and a couple other guys. Yeah, but the other 2 guys washed out, but Adam made it too.
Yeah, I wasn't aware they trained Adam Baum. I know. So was Lenny
running?
He
started there with Bob.
Yeah. And was Lenny running it was a school, or was it just like a very informal, just kind of
training for Bobby? Bob had him training us.
Yeah, and was he training? And then was Harley there around too?
Once in a while, yeah, Harley stop in, smoke a cigarette, and give us all hell, make us run more. We just prayed he didn't get in the ring and stretch our ass.
Do the Harley Race Jack Brisco warm up, smoke a pack of Marlboro, and go out and show you how to do an hour Broadway, right?
and he always called me kid. Let me tell you something.
That's great. That's great. You're like 400 pounds and he's dwarfing and calls you kid.
He calls me kid. Yeah. He calls me kid. It did the same thing when I rode down the road with him. He'd drive unbelievable speeds. I mean, Paul Orndorff's in the back seat, Brisco praying. I'm holding on the dang thing. My wrists are just as wide as can be and he's going 120 and he puffed a cigarette, blew it out the window and goes, kid, I was a race car driver in another life. And I said, thank God, because you're thinking
we're going to be in another life if you don't slow down.
That's exactly it. And you can hear Paul in the back seat praying, please, Lord, get us through this situation.
I'm one of the probably few guys that are left that actually got the back bumper crushed in by Harley Race at 100 mile an hour.
Are you serious?
We're coming back from West Palm Beach on the interstate there, that Suncoast Parkway there. And late at night, there wasn't much drugs. I-95 mirrors it right on the other side of it. So, the turnpike you got to pay. So, most people are taking 95 for the free route. So, anyway, we're coming home from West Palm one night. I think it's me and my brother Jack, and I think Rotundo or either Rotundo or Brian Blair. We're going along. And we see some lights in back of us coming up real fast. We're thinking it's the cops, of course. So we slow down. And, of course, Harley goes by us real fast. Boom. Well, that's fucking Harley. Wow, Harley driving fast against him. Of course, so we speed up a little bit. And then all of a sudden, there's a rest area. We can't see the car coming. We're using Harley as protection for the radars, And so,
right.
Well, we lost him. We're not going fast enough. So here we go. We're back on the road. We lose Harley, and all of a sudden we see these headlights coming up. All of a sudden the headlights just disappear. About 3 minutes, the headlights have disappeared. All of a sudden, we're going about probably 70, 80 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour speed, and we're probably going 80 mile an hour. All of a sudden, boom! There's a little love tap on the back. My brother said that fucking Harley Race. Slow down. I said, if I slow down, he's going to run. Slow down. So I slowed down about 50, 60. Man, all of a sudden, wow, man, here we go. And I start fishtailing a little bit. Man, I'm getting scared. So I pull off the road and Harley goes on by. And just the next day at TV, Harley starts coming up laughing. I got you guys last night. Yeah, you did, Harley. As a matter of fact, $500 bill for Brisco Brothers Body Shop for bending my bumper.
That's right.
He said, "You see me next Wednesday at payday." I said, "Yeah, sure." So he got out on another freebie there.
That's him. That is him. Oh my God, he could drive. He never. I mean, it was the thing back then was 85 was the limit, but it bounced off like 85, like it was. So we were going faster. We passed up cars like nothing.
People don't realize, Dave, how I tell people stories about people driving back in the day. Barry Windham was like that. Barry Windham would drive as fast as the car would drive. He would drive everywhere we went. I mean, and it was just he'd sit there and drink a beer and listen to music. Just we're going 100, however fast. I don't know how fast the car goes, but whatever fast it goes, that's how fast we're going. And I tell people about that. They just look at me like that can't happen. No, it happened every single night.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it was the boys back then. It was. That's how they drove to get town to town. No question.
Yeah. And guys would drive. It was just shocking how fast guys would freaking drive and hit each other. Guys would go down the road hitting each other.
Hit each other. Yeah, that's the thing about it. And hit each other, man. That's a goofy thing about it. We were hitting each other at 80, 90, 100 mile an hour. And Barry, John knows this story. I'm with Barry one night. We're coming home. I live out in the county, called a little crooked road, and we call them snuff streets. You drive a block and you take a dip, and then a highway, and you come back up a real sharp incline there. So we're going, and I've noticed, Barry, there's a stop sign down here, real cool, and the road comes to an end. You need to slow down. He turns at me, what? About the time he turned to me, what? We're at launched now. We land right in the middle of a damn orange grove, right on top of a damn orange tree. We got to go out. We know there's going to be a cop coming along there sooner or later. So we're literally out shaking this orange tree, trying to get the truck stopped out of the damn orange tree. Finally, Barry climbed on top of the bed or something like that and jumped on the bed. The truck comes splitting the tree down and coming down to the ground so we can get them. About the time we got out, I could see my porch light from where we're stuck there. By the time we got around there, I see 3 or 4 cop cars come around and start circling in the area where we went. Yeah, but Barry launched us and got stuck in a damn orange tree driving so fast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had to shake a tree to get their truck out. And the thing is, when I tell people this, people are like, "Oh, come on, that didn't happen." I go, no, that's not even the worst. It's
not even the worst, that's for sure.
Guys were insane back then. It was just wild, and you get stopped and people would let you go. I mean,
yeah.
Mr. Brisco told me one time they got stopped one time, and he goes, "Why are you stopping us?" I go, "Well, we stopped Pat Patterson for speeding." He said the Briscoes were behind him, so so Pat stooged him so he could get out of the ticket.
Yeah. And we're carrying half of a liquor store in the back of a damn truck, and plus a bunch of illegal contraband that we picked up. But all the cop wanted to do was get us to sign the damn autograph. But Patterson, next morning on TV at Pat, you could have got us arrested and exposed everything we're trying to do here. Well, I didn't think of that. I said, well, please think of it the next time you try to do something like that. But
yeah.
The cop come up, we rolled down the windows. Of course, a big smoke cloud come out, bellowing out of the car. All that cop is doing, jumping up. I got you. We're thinking, oh man, we're going to jail for sure.
You think you're done. You're done.
Yeah. But that was just come the rib that the guys played on each other back in those days. Were you breaking into the business there in Kansas City? How long did you work around KC before you started moving?
About 6 months. Wow. About 6 months. And then Grappler took the job up there with Don Owens, and then a couple months later, I drove up there and started working up there in the Pacific Northwest with those guys.
So you put your coaching and teaching to the side at that time, huh?
Yes, I did. Correct.
Yeah.
How hard was that?
I tell you, wrestle with it. I'm saying I had the bug to do this, and I said I got to see it out. You know what I'm saying? But I did miss being with the player. I miss the camaraderie football. Just like same with the guys. I think with the boys, I think the days wrestling, you can probably, because you've worked some in the day-to-day, and Briscoe's been an agent, but they don't know. They don't get the camaraderie we all had back then as wrestlers. And it was the same in football, just like you had or Briscoe had in wrestling. I mean, you got that camaraderie, and that's what I miss about coaching and working with those young kids, college kids.
Yeah, and I was the same way. I coached that year, and I made below poverty level wages. It was, how bad it was. I mean, unless you were the head coach, you didn't make any money back then. And certainly in a smaller program. And
right.
I thought, I could dig ditches and make this. It's not like I'm losing a high-paying job. I think I'll take a chance at wrestling.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing too. But you do miss the kids. But being a wrestler, you get the same camaraderie. I don't know. Do they get that today with way they are today, Jay?
I don't think so. No, and the reason is because of these silly phones, and it's not just because they're on their phones all the time. They're trying to create a brand, with social media, and they're trying to do a lot of stuff, where they can make money, extra money. And I get all that, but we didn't have any of that. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have nothing. And so all we had was each other. So
we had CB radio was our entertainment.
That's right. I forget that too. I forget the CB radio. Yeah. But I think that's why we ribbed each other and had such a good time, is because, it was a camaraderie, but it's the boys.
It is the boys. And you got these really creative guys that are full of energy and
right.
ready to do everything, traveling the world, and can get away with almost anything. And that's a recipe for disaster when they're bored.
You're right. You don't keep a busy guy the night going, you can get in trouble. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So you head up to Oregon with Len Denton, a grappler up there. How long did you stay up there? And did you have any big programs up there you can share with us?
Yeah, we did. I worked a lot with I tagged. I was in the wrecking crew with Lenny, me and gosh dang, he's passed away too. Big guy, dark hair. He wrestled in the WWE too. What the heck? I get stuck when I get stuck on names. I think too many headbutts.
Brian Adams.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we were all.
Oh wow,
3 man.
Good guess.
What a good guy.
Yeah, a great guy, because he was just in from Hawaii and was trained over there in Japan. And then he was there with us, and we was part of the wrecking crew. So we had a good time. We did. It's amazing we didn't end up in jail, truthfully, a couple times. In fact, I had to go get Lenny one time out.
Really? What'd he do?
Well, we were out, and we were at this country western bar. And of course, we were like we always do. We were having a good time, and we grab this gal. We're heading back, and Lenny comes off this hill, and they got a big old about 3 or 4 cops radar in our ass. Of course, he comes down off the hill about 70 miles an hour. They pull him over. Of course, they recognize him. So they go ahead and let's just see if you can get through a drug, get through an alcohol thing. So they take him out and have him do it. And of course, Gina Lenny couldn't hit nothing. I mean, he couldn't. He walked. He fell over. So they go, okay. And back then I was the equalizer. So they equalizer. If you can pass this test, we'll let you guys go. I don't know how I did it. By pass, I did my alphabet backwards and everything. I couldn't even do my alphabet backwards right now. And so I did my alphabet backwards. And then they let us go, but then Lenny went out the next night without me, and he got picked up, and they give him a DUI.
Again?
Yes.
He got picked up again?
Yes. Same place, same situation. They did the radar. He got picked up again. Then
so he got picked up at the same damn stop.
He's got to be a Texan. Is Lenny a Texan? He's got to be.
Oh my God. They had to be thinking, you got to be kidding me. It's not him again.
Yeah, same bar. Yeah, they were in shock, so they had to take him in and give him a DUI. I had to go get him.
Of course they did. They had. You have to take him in this time.
Same spot, everything.
Oh wow,
that is unbelievable. I can't wait to see Lenny. Lenny asked me today. He goes, "Should I wear my mask?" I said, "Look at you. Yes, you should wear your mask." That was like 2 months ago. And he's like, "Well, fuck you."
Davey, that's him. Fuck you.
He's the best. He's the best. When you rib him, he just laughs. He's just funny.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, you know what I just thought? I was trying to think about this when you guys were talking about driving. One time we get into a dressing room, and Davey Boy and some other guys had some young guy driving him, and they had a stick, and if he went below 80, they hit him. And so he's like going through like 50-mile-an-hour construction. Every time he goes below 80, they're hitting him with a stick. It was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, those guys were funny too.
So Lenny went to the same place, got arrested.
Same bar.
Back the same night and got arrested again.
Yeah, went down the same lane, was going the same speed, picked him up, and they pulled him over and said, "We got to take you in this time, Lenny. You don't have you don't have your partner to get you out of it. You got to go." They took him in.
Wow.
That is great.
Why did you go back? He goes, "Well, I was thirsty."
It's the only bar it's the only bar in Portland.
Yeah, right. But it was his favorite. It was his favorite country western bar out there in the sticks, kind of west of us and stuff. So he loved to go out there, and it was a good bar. But I can't believe he went back the same night and did her again, and come down off that hill just to speed in his big caddy. And
tremendous. That is tremendous. Who all was in Portland when you were there?
Scotty the Body, which later became Raven. Myself, Brian Adams. Billy Jack was still working some with us.
Yeah.
Piper would come in and help out a little bit with stuff, with some programming. Let me see.
Piper and Lenny were in business together, right?
Yeah. They also had a transmission shop together. Yes, there in Portland. Yeah.
And when you were there, how was the territory? Was it still good?
It was still good. Yeah, we worked usually Saturday night, and the only day we really had off was Monday. Not Sunday. I mean, then we'd be in a little town around Oregon or Washington there every day, and then we do the big show on Saturday night there in Portland with Don.
Yeah. Did you ever partake in any of that stuff that Elton Owens put out for the guys, the shooting bounty money?
No, I don't. Who did that now?
Elton Owens, a Don's brother. They say in his towns he would offer would give $20 to a couple of guys that would go out and pretend to shoot for him, and it got to be a work after a while. But that might have come before you got there, probably.
Yeah, I've heard the story, but I never got to partake in it. No.
Yeah, Elton would pay guys to shoot, and apparently not one of them was a shoot. You know how the boys are.
Oh yeah. Don's brother, right?
Yeah.
Don's brother, Elton Owens.
He got what he get. Didn't he? He got. Remember one night he got snuck up on when he's coming back from Eugene, and they stole the money box and everything.
Another one, huh?
Yeah. Somebody's following me because he always carried it, but he didn't get his gun out fast enough. I don't think. But yeah, I heard about that shoot thing. I never got to partake in it though.
Yeah, a lot of guys who come through there and tell us about the story about they being a shoot, and he'd sit there and just like sit on the ringside and just watch.
Yes,
he thought it was a shoot.
Yeah, and they'd still work. Yeah,
and the boys are still working. Yeah, absolutely. You know the boys.
Yeah, I know fake shoot.
Mr. Brisco who was it that got rolled several times down in the Bahamas, Mr. Brisco?
Lester Welch, one of the Welches.
Yeah, so they go down to the Bahamas, Dave. I'll let Mr. Brisco tell the story, but when they go to the Bahamas, they're all having a great time, and every time they'd go to leave, Lester Welch, same thing, would somehow get robbed every time he's leaving. And I found out it was like 100-yard walkway that's somewhere that he was getting robbed every time he claimed. And
So you're in Oregon, and how long did you stay there? And what was it? Was WCW or Next Stop or
no? I did the kind of same thing JB did. I went from there. Then I started working over in Europe with Otto, and then I'd work, and then I'd stay there the full year, and then go to England and work over there in England and Ireland with the promotions over there. So I was.
Who was it with Otto at the time? You're there in '91, is that right?
Yeah.
Were you there 2 seasons?
I was there 2 seasons. One with the guys who were over there from America were PW. What did he go by?
Cannonball Grizzly.
Yeah, Cannonball Grizzly. Yeah, good. I'm glad your memory's still good. You must not take the shots to the head as I did. Cannonball was there when I was there. Then the next time I went, the next year was Buffalo. He was called Buffalo, but he wrestled as Mad Max. Cruz. Remember he passed. One of the other ones that passed away. Gosh dang it, African American.
Larry Cameron.
Larry Cameron, passed away there. And then I was there too. So we were there the 4 there that year. The second year, the first year was PN News, me and 2 other guys. I can't remember their names. But the second year, and then I was there with all those guys, and of course, the same crew, Finley and all those guys were still involved in all that stuff. With it, from the were they still there when you and JD?
Yeah. Finley was still there. St. Clair was there. Franz Schumann, Gustl Smeasel.
Yeah,
Wolf Herman had
maybe the normal. That was their normal crew. Yeah.
Yeah, their whole normal crew. Klaus Karoff was a manager by the time I got there.
Oh, was he? He was still wrestling when I was there.
Right. Yeah, he had retired just shortly after I think you were there, and he was a manager he was actually my manager for most of it.
Yeah.
He was good. He was a good heel. Had a lot of heat.
He did. He had a lot of heat. People didn't like him at all.
Oh my God, no! We'd come out to Born in the USA, and he would be waving the American flag, and oh my God, it was great. He loved getting heat, man. He didn't care how much heat I got. He loved it. He loved every single bit of it.
You learned a lot there because a lot of them were great workers and a little bit different style because the way the Brits wrestle and I should say
I loved it. You live in a caravan?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Wasn't it wonderful?
Oh, it was like a vacation working type thing because you do the show, then we'd all get back to the dang caravan and go to the local bar, close the caravan, drink all night. We get back to the caravan, drink more, tell lies and all the good stuff that we all do. And then we'd pass out the next morning. We'd head over to the show, but it was relaxing. It wasn't You didn't have to drive anywhere because you stayed in that one town for how many days you were. The tournament was.
Yeah.
So it made it kind of a nice way to work.
Yeah, and when you're living outside of the tent or the arena, if you had to be there at 5:30, you'd leave at 5:29 and 45 seconds, and you'd make it in time because you're right there. You walk out of your door and you walk right into the arena, and you're there.
I know it. You didn't have to drive anywhere. It's kind of nice. Did you get a bike while you're there too?
No, the second year I got a car. I bought a car from
you Texans always got to go big.
No.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
I paid $1,500 for an Opel car and my caravan. Both. I got both. I got my house, my first house for $1,500, and my first car for $1,500 total.
Package deal.
That's right. It was like 16 by 6 feet. So it was like
now being a wrestler and everything, and you're living in a compound with a caravan of other wrestlers, there had to be some serious ribs going on. John, you've never really told me about any ribs. There had to be some ribs. Am I right on that or what?
Dave, those are the Europeans. Was Mick McMichael the referee and DDA the referee, right?
And Dee, yes, they were still refereeing. They were refereeing both my years, yes.
When I was there, Dee was the one that was kind of I don't want to use it in a bad way, the shit disturber. I mean in a good way.
The Fuji of the group.
He loved to rib people. It was so fun. He was devious.
Did he come out with the toilet paper thing too? And they do that with it, strapped his bat like he's in the bathroom during a match?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody.
He had the whole roll going.
What was he do, Dave? Tell me.
Well, he'd be in like he's in the bathroom, and they say, "Where's Dee Dee? Where's Dee Dee?" And all of a sudden he'd come out for the show, and he'd run, and it's got the toilet paper stuck to the back of his pants.
Oh yeah.
People just loved and popped on it, man.
They thought it was hilarious. Like he had done it on mistake. He was one of the best heel referees I've ever seen.
Yeah, no question. He was great, and he'd leave stuff in our bag or on our trailer and stuff like that all the
time. Yeah, and he was the one that made us all the money through finding the baby. So Jerry, they'd find the baby faces if they did something evil. And so he'd give them like 50 marks or 40 marks or whatever it is. Well, some fan would come up and pay it. And so he'd like keep finding the baby face, and he'd get mad that the fan would pay it. And so he'd find him again over something. This time it was over nothing. And some fan would come up and pay 100 marks to get him out of the fine. Wow. But by the time you're done, there's several hundred marks, and we go in the back and split it.
That's great.
That's right. Yeah, he was hilarious too. He was always I enjoyed the heck out of Dee. And McMichael was a good guy too.
Yeah, Mick was a good guy. Just a good, solid individual.
Yeah, I agree. Just a good person.
I got my job over there because I was there 2 seasons too. Just like you, as you said, because Larry Cameron died in the ring. That's why I got my job.
You came over after Larry?
Yep, he died in Bremen on the year before, the last night. And none of the Americans came back for whatever reason. I don't know if there's something, whatever it was. They didn't come back. And they needed a whole new crew, and that's how I got a job.
Did you never know why the Americans didn't come back?
No. I think – I don't know. I think there was some I don't even know want to say it's allegations that maybe they were involved in some stuff, that maybe there was some use of some things that,
they did. They were doing that stuff. Yeah, they probably. Yeah.
And they didn't know. I don't know if they thought that contributed to the thing. I think the Americans that were there, from what I understand, I don't even know who all they were. I have no idea. I never met them.
I can remember a little bit. I forgot that you went out there after that.
That's right. When Larry died, they brought a whole new crew in, and I was part of that new crew. So that's the reason I got a job, was because Larry died. He died in the ring against St. Clair.
Yes. Tony.
In between rounds, sat back on the stool and died. Never
walked out.
Yeah. That was one of the best territories ever, wasn't it?
Honestly, it was, because it was Otto was good to you. You had fun, you got.
Otto was great, wasn't he?
Oh, he was, and the people were all great there. I mean, they were, they were great fans. I enjoyed the gyms. I enjoyed the life. You didn't have to drive 100 miles an hour or get bumped on 100 miles an hour.
Dave, how long was your tours over there, Dave? Dave, how long were your tours over there?
About 6 months. And then I'd and I'd live in England and stay over there and wrestle there too.
Who'd you wrestle for in England?
God, you would hit me up with that. I don't think he's in business anymore, but he was the same. I worked with the same outfit Finley and Tony worked with.
Orig?
Yes.
Orig, yeah. I can't think of his name. I've met him once, but I think I may have passed away since. But Orig, I believe
he has. Yeah. That's who I worked for. The same guy that, and we worked in Ireland too, and Belgium and all that stuff we did. But yeah, Orig ran it. Finley, I went with Finley and Tony. Yeah.
Dave's one of the best guys in the world, isn't he, Dave Finley? He's
a great guy, great person. Yeah, and and he's the funny ribber. He just laughs at you when he ribs you.
That's right. Yeah.
He's ribbing you because he's laughing while he's doing it.
That's right. That's right. When he was in WWE, they needed something to rib Hornswoggle one time. The little guy. And Dave said, "Let me check my phone." He had written in his phone about everything that bothered people, what phobias people had. He had a record of the whole talent roster. I said, "What an evil human being."
That's his. Because he was SAS. You know that, right?
Yes.
So that was his military training, doing that, finding everybody's weakness. And he did the same. But when he was with us in Germany, he showed me, he had a little booklet. He kept a back book of everybody's stuff, so we knew how to get them.
Yeah, well, later he just upgraded it to a phone. That's all he did. Same thing.
So Dave.
So we were flying over from one place to another, and one of the security guards, a guy from Kentucky, great guy, says, "Man, I'm going to kill Hornswoggle." He goes, "Why?" Because he's just tortured me. He's hiding in the ring, and he's tying his shoes laces together. He's just, being mean, just being funny but mean. And so Dave said, "Well, he's scared of roosters or chickens." And he said, "How would you possibly know that?" He's like, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Well, I saw him in a skit they did with Khali, and there were chickens there, and he looked side-eyed at it and jumped, and he goes, I put it in my phone." So I'm like, "You put that in your phone thinking you might use it one day?" Yeah. So they got him under the ring in Mexico City, and they stuck a rooster under the ring with him. They filmed the whole thing.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yes. He's under the ring, and they bring this rooster out. It's crazy. We got a video of it, and
you can see it on Stories with Brisco and Bradshaw on YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube channel.
I called WWE about 2 years ago. I said, "Hey, one of your cameramen have got this video. Can we have it for our show?" And they said, "We have no idea you had the video." We said, "We heard about it," and they go, "Of course you can. You do whatever you want with it." And so we got the video and showed it on the show and interviewed Dave and interviewed Hornswoggle and the whole thing. Oh yeah, they stick this rooster under there, and Hornswoggle is like standing eye to eye of this rooster because the rooster is freaking huge, and they're like screaming at each other. The rooster's scared of Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle's scared of the rooster. They're chasing one's chasing one's chasing the other. Hornswoggle gets a kendo stick and tries to hit the rooster. The rooster goes out from underneath the ring, goes into the crowd. The crowd gets it and throws it back, and the security guard throws it back in. Then out comes Hornswoggle. Oh yeah, it's like the Keystone. It's like Looney Tunes. I mean, it's literally like watching cartoon Looney Tunes.
God, you guys did some serious rib. That's a serious rib.
That's all Finley though.
And Finley tried to sell Hornswoggle in India too to a local guy.
They Finley had it was in Thailand, but it's overseas. He's going to sell Hornswoggle to a drunk Thai businessman. Yeah, he had him sold. And Hornswoggle's going, "You can't sell people." And Finley's going, "We'll get you back. We'll get." And this drunk guy thinks he's buying Hornswoggle.
God. Oh my God, he does some fantastic shit, Finley.
It's awesome. He's just the greatest guy ever.
And he laughs the whole time he does. He's got that.
The whole time he does it, he laughs. He gives himself away because he laughs at it.
Because he's doing it to you because he's laughing so hard.
That's right. That's right.
You're looking at him, son of a buck, and it's him doing it. And he's giggling the whole time.
Were you ever over there when he broke a thumb? Had you heard the story?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, he broke a couple thumbs in a bar. Some guy, some Mark saying wrestling.
Oh, yeah, I never saw him do it, but I knew he could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, some guys say wrestling's not real, and legendary story. He's
yeah.
People now are like, "Oh, that's terrible." No, it's not. No, it's awesome.
It is. No. He could have done a lot worse to him, but yeah, that's the easy thing to do. Just okay,
That's right. They got off pretty easy.
Yeah, you don't think this is not real? Okay. And
so Dave, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I never saw him do it, but he showed me how to do it, and I'm like going, but he does it so quick you wouldn't see it.
Right. Yeah, he's really good at it.
Also, the guy's son's dislocated, and he's probably looking down, going, "Oh no, oh no, the hell happened?" You probably didn't know what happened.
And Dave's sitting there laughing at you.
Oh yeah, he laughed. He just smiled and giggled. You see what I did?
So after your UK tour, what happened to you then? Where'd you go?
Then I went down to Puerto Rico. Was down there in Puerto Rico working there, and then that's when I got the call from. I was there about 6 months, 8 months, and then I got a call from Dusty, and they wanted to bring me in the WCW, and that's when I finally came up to WCW.
Had you met Dusty before? Or?
No, but I had a roommate, and I'm sure you know who it is down in Puerto Rico. That they were old tag teams. Matter of fact, my roommate was Dick Murdoch.
Holy cow!
Oh, wow.
You and I have done exact same career path. My tag team partner was Murdoch.
Yeah, we were together. My God! And he told me the story how he challenged Andre to a beer challenge in San Francisco. I said, "Why would you do that? You ain't gonna beat Andre." I know. I only drank about 46 beers. He drank like 110.
Only drank 46 beers. Wow.
He said Andre went 110 before we went to the show. I went, "That's not even close, bro." Even challenge. But yeah, Dick was you know Dick. If you've roomed with Dick and done that stuff, then you know he's an interesting Texan.
Yes,
First thing he did. Go ahead, Jay.
I'm sorry. He used to drive, and I'd have to hand him Coors Lights. All he'd drink was Coors Lights, and
That's what I did.
Yep, and I'd have to hand him beer, and he was throwing like every other one out the window, and I couldn't figure out why. And finally I realized I had to hand him the mouth of the beer toward him, or he'd throw it out the window. I'm like, what a dick! I mean, it's just us, it's just us in the truck.
Yeah, I know.
But he's ribbing me the whole time. Like I didn't care. It was Dick Murdoch. I was like, I don't care.
I know. He's just, and he told me a story about him and Dusty when they were working the territory here, AWA, and they lived in Omaha, and part of their get up was a jackass. So in the wintertime, so cold in Omaha, they let the jackass live in the home down there in South Omaha. And he said, "Bill, that damn thing is shit all over the house." Oh, crazy!
Really?
Yeah, you got a donkey in the house.
Yeah.
They got thrown out of Minnesota for that. Vern Gagne threw him out for an Appaloosa donkey that was living in their hotel room.
Yeah,
that's why he went. That's why he went down to Florida when Dusty became a big name, because they got thrown out of Vern Gagne for having a donkey in their freaking.
They must have had it because it was a South Omaha home. They must have done it up here. They must have moved. It was here, then moved up there. Yeah.
They must have, because they had the donkey, and Dusty rode it one time into a bar.
Yeah, that was the end right there, I think.
Can you imagine looking up and seeing Dusty Rhodes riding in on a donkey into a bar?
And knowing Dusty
dream.
And knowing Dusty probably didn't have any clothes on either.
No, but they do the same thing in Omaha and go down to those South Omaha bars, and I think Dusty rode him into there. They just never he didn't get in trouble until he went up to Minnesota then, I guess. But it was an Appaloosa donkey.
It was an Appaloosa up in Minnesota. It must be the same donkey.
Drove it up there then.
Yeah. Where the hell did they get a donkey?
I don't know. So I think somewhere here in a farm in Nebraska.
That's crazy. All of a sudden they end up owning a donkey?
Yeah, and they kept him outside in the backyard, but then when it got cold, it was too cold, so they had to bring him in the house, Dick said.
Oh, wow.
He said he kicked a couple walls down and shit all over the place.
Does your high school know that you had these issues with between Finley and Dick Murdoch and Dusty? I mean, you've got a record here.
Dick, my God, he was hilarious. He'd go on the road, and first thing he showed me was his KKK card, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
You realize we're not in Texas right now, right? We're in Puerto Rico. I don't know if that's a good idea to show me that card. I don't give a fuck. He called them, what did he say? They're Puerto Ricans, Mexican. You know how you do that whole thing, and you're just like going, man, I hope this kid, the guy doesn't get me killed down here.
He could get heat anywhere. We never knew if that card was real or not. We just, he'd have it, he'd show it. It's just, like just Dick is Murdoch. He was crazy.
Yeah, well, and he played that whole persona too.
That's right. It was part of it was a work. The whole thing was, everything he did was part of it being Murdoch.
I know. And he put some beer down, and we're going along one of the highways there in Puerto Rico, and we had to pull over because he had to take a shit. And I'm over there, and he says, "Here, Bill, keep an eye on. Don't let nobody get me. You never know about these guys down here." So I'm out there guarding him while he's taking a dump. Protected him. He says, "Because these fuckers out, they're crazy. They'll stab us right here, Bill. Keep a guard." I said, "All right." I don't know if that was a rib. Probably was a rib. But I'm like, "All right, but I stayed 10 feet." But you're just going, "That's Dick, man. He just, whatever it was, he'd get you."
Yeah. Every single night he would tell me, "Go ahead and start the match, kid. When it turns to shit, tag me in. I'll straighten it out." Every single night.
That is so much of him. It's just him. Oh God. He was a good worker. He was good, but my goodness, he was one of a few human beings that he was crazy.
Yeah, he was nuts, but a hell of a worker. I mean, Murdoch could work, and a tough guy.
Yes, he was. Oh, he was. No question. He could work his butt off, but he'd say the same thing to me. "Go out there, kid. When you mess up, tag me and I'll straighten this fucker out."
That's right. Yeah. And he thought it was so funny. He said it every night to me. I'm like, "Dick, you've said this for 8 straight nights. It really is not that funny anymore, but you can laugh if you want."
Yeah. And he would. I wonder why he threw those spears out, John. He never told me why he did that.
That's right. That's what it was.
I just had a beer and all of a sudden it'd go out the window. I'm like,
that's right. It had to be mouthed toward him. I figured it out later. I started asking people, I said, "Why is Murdoch throwing half the beer out there?" "You got to hand him the mouth toward him." It's like, this is the dumbest rib ever. I mean, this is like idiotic. This is idiotic what he's doing. And he just thought it was funny. He never said a word.
No.
Then I'd hand him to him, with the mouth toward him, and he would just drink it, but he wouldn't say like "good job, kid" or anything.
He just drank it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never asked him. I just thought maybe that's just one of his things he did, because he'd
throw it out the window if the mouth wasn't toward him. And it's like, this is stupid. This is actually stupid.
Yeah.
Among the great skills that Dickie Murdoch had, he was the best beer throwing, can throwing out the window.
He could hit him from the driver's side, Jerry.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody I've ever seen in my life, he'd be going down the street, he'd do a hook shot, he'd hit the damn side every time.
Yeah, he could do it from the driver's side. That's true. He'd take it. He'd do it left handed. He'd left handed. He'd throw it over the hood, over the car, and hit a street sign.
Fuck me, that's incredible. That's incredible. Incredible.
So, hey, where did you get the name The Equalizer? Was that from that old TV show?
Yeah, I think that was kind of that was Lenny's idea.
Yeah.
To call it that. And then I kept it, but when I was overseas, I was the Barbarian. In Japan, I was the Barbarian or Hawkwind. And then I didn't become Dave until Kevin came in the WCW. Then I became Dave Sullivan. Before that, I was either Equalizer or Barbarian or Hawkwind.
Right. And so when you went to meet with Dusty, was Dusty the one you met with when you went to WCW?
I met with Greg Gagne first. And he talked to me, and they wanted to bring me in and get me going and all that stuff. And that's why I talked to him, and then I met Dusty.
Yeah. And what were their plans initially for you when you came in?
First time they were going to just put me with Rude in that tag and do all that stuff first, and then then put me with Allendorf after that. Me and Paul tagged for quite a while.
Right.
And Kevin came in, and then that's when they went with the Sullivan gimmick.
Yeah. And so how long before Kevin came in? So this was 93, was this right?
93, yeah.
Before you get to Kevin there, you mentioned Paul Orndorff. Was you there when Paul and Vader got into the scuffle?
Oh yeah. But that time,
how much did you witness of that?
Oh, pretty good. I was right not just down the hall from him. And what happened was Paul was an agent at that time, so we weren't tagging anymore. That's when I was actually Dave Sullivan, and with Kevin, we're there for TV tapings. And And Paul, we all get up there a certain time because they wanted to get all the interviews done and all that stuff. So Paul was in charge of lining up all the interviews and get him in there to get him interviewed so we'd be ready to start the show on time. And Vader was being Vader, and he could be Vader. And I'd known him since Germany because he would come over there and wrestle in the main event with Otto at that time.
And no, I don't mean to cut you off, but those were some stiff matches with Otto, weren't they?
Oh God, yes, they were.
Wow.
Jerry, Otto had Vader break his nose one time.
Wow.
He told him break my nose in those times. I mean, Otto was just a tough dude.
He's a tough dude. He was. And I really respected and liked Otto a lot. He was a good guy.
I did too.
And anyway, they're doing the taping, and so they go to the next guy, and they said, and I think he went back there, and I think whoever was in charge, I think it was Kevin or somebody else, said, we need to get Vader done. And Vader kept going, I'll be there. Finally, Paul said, hey, let's go. And Vader did stand up, so Paul just blasted his ass. Give him an order. He went down like a ton of shit, honestly. And I'm going, whoa. And then he tried to stand up, and Paul had flip-flops on, right? And he kicked him in the head. When he kicked him in the head, I think Paul broke his big toe. Because he kicked him so hard. We knocked Vader out because Vader, that big welt came from that kick he did, that good old field goal kicker type kick. But he's all around. I go, what's up, Paul? That's fucking dumb. I thought I had my tennis shoes on, Bill.
But Paul got him with the gimmick arm, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He threw it with the bad arm. Yeah,
which I think was the last thing Vader expected, from what I heard.
Yeah. And he went down, but the kick was like, man, it snapped old Vader's head back pretty good. I mean, it was a good football kick. But I was shocked too, because I'm looking at Paul. I said, Paul, you had no shoes on. I thought in my brain too, why would you do that? He goes, I had my flip flops on. Next couple of days, you saw Paul was all welded up, and he definitely broke his big toe.
Tremendous.
But yeah, that was interesting. But Vader could challenge. He could do that. He could be Vader.
Yeah, Vader could be a really good guy, and Vader could also be,
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we all were love and respect Vader. He was just a weird guy at times. He was. He was really a nice guy though most of the time.
Right, he was, and I traveled, and he was with Harley and stuff. And he always was good to me. But yeah, every once in a while he could just be opposite as shit.
Yeah, he'd get grumpy every once in a while. I don't know if it's because he was, I don't know what it was, but something in him. He'd be a different guy some days.
He was miserable. It was a pain to be around him. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. I rode with him a lot when he came in. He liked me because of the football thing, and so he could ride with me, kid. He's like
same thing, football.
Yeah, which I always appreciate. He treated me like a little younger brother, which was very nice. And
yes,
his last pay-per-view, he requested to work with me because he wanted to put me over, and which I thought was really cool. Always, got a lot of love and respect for it. In fact, he told me, he goes, "You're gonna get the old Vader today, kid," and he said, "You're gonna beat somebody today," and he was really proud of and I have a lot of respect for him for that. It was. But, occasionally he'd come in, he'd be a different guy. He'd be grumpy.
Well, there's time because I played like youth football, so we had that common respect. And he'd come in, and he was great sometimes, and other times he'd come in and he was just. And that day he was grumpy, and Paul's nickname's Oscar. So I mean, you get two grumpy guys, this can happen.
Yeah, something bad's gonna happen. Yeah, that's right.
It is. He didn't get called Oscar for nothing.
Right. So when did you first get pitched the Evad Sullivan gimmick, the Dave Sullivan gimmick?
Bischoff and Kevin come in and talk to me about doing it.
What did you think about it when you heard it?
Oh, I thought it was crazy as hell. But I went ahead and, I'm a company guy, so heck, I'm there.
No, you did a great job with it. I just wonder what you thought when you heard it.
I thought here you got, okay, and I know your guys are good friends with, it was Cactus Jack at the time, and Mankind for you guys. And we're two, I got a master's degree, he's got a master's degree, and we're both playing idiots. About that. we probably have the most education in this room with most of the people. We're playing the two biggest dummies.
But that's the way it always works. The smart guys play the dummies.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you look at in the history of the business, that's how it always works. The smart guys play the dummies.
Because he was a teacher too, wasn't he? I'm trying to think of the guy that used to bite the ropes.
George Steele, yeah. He was a high school.
George Animal Steele, yeah.
He's a high school football coach up in Detroit.
Yeah, and but he would come out with the purple tie. You guys did it and do that gimmick and did it very well. Yeah.
Yeah, George was.
John, I found out something. That's the reason you never played a dummy role because you're.
That's right. I wasn't smart enough. Yeah. I had to play a smart guy because I wasn't smart enough to play a dumb guy.
Played that part good, brother. You were good, JV. Yeah. You come out with those big horns and that damn caddy. I about freaking died. I about fell off my couch.
So when you're in WCW though, and you're doing the Evad Sullivan, so what was that? What exactly? How they describe the character to you?
Lenny, remember the book Lenny and the Mouse? Lenny and what was it called? We all read it when we were kids.
Yeah. I can't think of the book. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
What was that? Do you remember, Gerald? What that book was?
Oh man, I was way before that. I mean, they didn't have books printed out when I was a kid.
It was Lenny. What was that called? They did a movie on it one time too. And when he pet the mouse all the time, but he pet it so hard he killed it. So that's kind of the gimmick they want. That type of gimmick.
Yeah.
And Kevin would play the other brother, which Lenny in that book had the other brother too in the movie. So, and that's kind of what we went off. That was kind of the show. But we kind of liked it because of the Arnold and Danny shortness and tallness and that type thing with the twins.
Right.
So that's kind of what the idea with the program they wanted to do.
Did you enjoy working with Kevin?
Yeah, I did. I liked him a lot. He's a good guy.
I've known him, after I never worked with him, but I've known him pretty well, and he's just been fantastic to know.
I was very sad when he passed. He's a good guy.
Yeah, what a good guy. But you get to work now.
Everybody knows him well, probably because you were down in Florida with him, weren't you, Jerry?
Oh, I knew Kevin when he first come to Florida in 1970, I guess it was 70, 71, somewhere around there when we both were first coming into Florida. So I knew Kevin just about our entire careers. So what a good guy, a dear friend of mine forever.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And all of a sudden now you're stuck out there. I mean, you're working with Hogan. You got a love angle with Miss Elizabeth. I mean, you're working with every top guy there is. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a fun time for me. A lot of good guys. I never got to know Hogan very well because he kind of kept to himself, but the rest of the guys we all hung out together just like you guys all did and stuff and had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. When you're working with these guys and you look back and you go, I got to work. You got to work with every top guy in WCW at one point.
Yeah, I did. Sting and all them guys. Yeah.
And now, were you? Was that right when Bischoff was taking over? That when you were there?
Yeah. When I first got there, who's the guy that had the Oklahoma territory forever?
Bill Watts.
Yep.
Bill Watts.
Bill was there, and then I don't know what happened. Then all of a sudden, I think we're on the roll and we found out that Bill Watts had been let go and then Eric was going to be our new boss. We all went. We were shocked because all Eric was doing kind of announcing and stuff like that. And he was, you didn't see him all the time other than announcing, working with Shavante. And then all of a sudden he became our boss. It was kind of different for a lot of guys were kind of surprised, I think.
Yeah. And you were there for like the beginning of the whole Monday Night Wars and everything. What were you thinking at the time? Because I know what I was thinking because I came into WWE shortly after that and business was terrible. I mean, it was awful. I don't know how your business was down in WCW, but I'm sitting there thinking I finally got in the business and business sucks.
Yeah. At that time, it was when the wars was going on, it was really good. Really good. And I think were you in the NWO or not?
No.
I just saw the shirt and I was wondering. Okay, I didn't think so.
No, it's actually the BWO. It's Brisco and Bradshaw World Order.
Oh, I want one of those. That's a cool one.
I got to get you one. We only have a couple. We made up like 3 or 4. We couldn't sell any, so we kept them. we thought it'd be this huge seller. We made up like a patch of shirts, and I have half the patch, and Mr. Briscoe has the other half. We hadn't sold one of them.
I mean, I think it's cool as shit. I thought it was NWO, but it looks so good. But yeah, that's good.
Nope.
Brad.
BWO.
B square.
WO. That's right. Brisco and Bradshaw, W World Order.
I like that. It was when Hogan turned heel, it really popped, and I think that's when we really took off. Honestly, yeah. I think because everybody's kind of ready, and he fought it for a while, but then he finally agreed to do it. When he did, it would pop. So business was really good there for a while, and then it dropped off quick when you guys made your comeback with what was that thing you guys did?
Mike Tyson, when we brought Mike Tyson in.
We brought Tyson in, and then Vince turned heel, and him and Steve.
Then all of a sudden, the levels just changed. Yeah. You guys went big, and ours started dropping off.
Dave, was you there at the end when WCW finally closed doors?
No, I was let go a little bit before then, and then they closed the doors. Yeah.
Could you feel something was going on there when toward the end of your run?
I mean, you could just tell inside it was that. Yeah, you could tell. You could just start to tell that it was starting to fade and something was going to happen. I was surprised the sell happened, but again, I just think the upper people just had enough of it. And Warner Brothers, because remember, Ted owned us there for a long time. Then when he sold to Warner Brothers, you could tell they were less they wanted to get wrestling off the plate if they could. And it was you could just feel it inside the locker room and stuff that was starting to happen. Yeah.
Did you guys see the turn coming? I mean, like when you guys were on top of the world, and I didn't know who was going to win the war. I mean, I was up there, and I was hoping. That,
it was a week by week thing. Yeah.
And it was just unbelievable. I mean, you guys were absolutely on fire down there, and I mean, kicking our ass. And I'm sitting there thinking, I think I chose the wrong horse, because I'm like, I should have gone WCW, And then all of a sudden things changed. I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy time in wrestling history.
It was. I mean, because we were here, and then all of a sudden, boom, it happened, and then you could just feel things shift in the air and everything.
Yeah, I remember one time you guys were preempted because of basketball or something. About once or twice a year, you guys get preempted for something. You guys had with sports or something, and we didn't know. We didn't know if you guys were doing like a 4.1 and we were doing a 4.1. If that was the same people, just watching both. But on that day that we were unopposed when you guys were preempted, we did an 8.1 rating that day. I mean, that will never be equaled again. I mean, they'll never do that ever.
Because you kicked it.
We had both audiences watch us because there was no wrestling for you guys on your channel, and so all the audience tuned in for us. And I mean, we were like, you've got to be kidding me! It's the highest rating ever. It'll never be equal.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is big. Heck of a wow, 8.1. You don't hear that.
No, and it's The thing was that during that time, it just all of a sudden escalated, and all of a sudden we went from being nothing, not selling tickets, to being part of the hottest industry in the world. So it was just a crazy time. It was just nuts to see it. I mean, they even talked about moving Monday Night Football during that time period because the ratings were so good between WCW and WWE, and that's what everybody's talking about. I mean, nothing like that will ever happen again.
Oh no! I mean, it was a hot time for both. It was fun. It really was. I mean, but then you switched it, made it fun for you guys. But it's still, it was great that we were all part of that time. Because
make a great bit part of that time. Was that day where you're part of the Ding Dogs or the Hunchbacks or those gimmicks like that? Were you around at that time? What was your mindset during that day? You're a legitimate athlete. All of a sudden, you hear you're going to get the Hunchbacks and the Ding Dogs in. What was going through your mind?
I thought we lost our minds. What the heck does that have to do with being a wrestler and being an athlete?
Well, you can't get beat if you're a Hunchback.
Right? You're never going to get beat.
I just always point to the Ding Dongs as the craziest thing that almost ever happened in wrestling. I mean, that was just like, who thought this was a good idea?
Don't know.
I mean, some stuff happens. Of course, when you have 52 weeks a year, you try some stuff, but that's
That was a record breaker there.
Well, they were trying some stuff backstage. It sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to drug test the creative.
No shit.
So Dave, when you get done with WCW, did you not do a lot after? Why didn't you go to WWE? Or, I mean, you had this huge name. You worked with all these top stars. Did you not want to go further in wrestling at that time?
I should have. I look back. I should have. I just didn't push it. I don't know why. And then I got back into coaching again and teaching and stayed with that route, after the 2000s and when they closed down and stuff. And I probably should have tried to hit you guys up and talk to the WWE, but I just didn't do it. I don't know why.
You had a good career in coaching. I mean, there's no there's no wrong answer. Anything that one better than the other. I was just curious.
That's something you always look back into. Well, I should have probably tried to get a hold of WWE and try to hit you guys.
Did you ever do any wrestling after that?
Yeah, I did some down in Puerto Rico and did some independence.
Yeah, but never tried to make it into a big company again or anything. Or
I did not.
You had your coaching job,
right? And I probably look back. I probably should have tried harder, but I didn't. I got into this and then married my second wife, and then we ended up having a couple kids. And so coaching felt like the right thing to do when you're raising the family. Because I lost my first family because I was never there. So
right. Yeah. And when you do that, you tend to make better choices next time. As far as your schedule,
right. You try to make time. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Where before, when you're wrestling, you're on the road all the time. You really don't. As you all guys all well know, it's hard on the family.
Right. Yeah, because we were gone all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. And now you're not retired now completely, right? You're still doing some stuff.
Yeah, I'm semi-retired, but I do. So I coach. I still sub-teach, and I still work at the gym part-time at the front desk, and gives me a place to work out. My wife gets to play pickleball for free, so it's kind of she's not quite retired yet. She's got a couple years left, and she'll retire, and then I'll consider what I want to do then. But I do like working with kids. I do, like John. I like getting out and I feel coaching those kids, trying to help them get better. I just they're ninth graders, but I feel like I'm contributing to them.
Yeah.
And that a great feeling when you see one of those kids, Dave. They accomplish something that you help build a foundation for.
Then you see them get a college scholarship, and you're very proud of them. Yeah, makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Some of the guys recently at the club asked me, said, "Do you play pickleball?" I said, "No, I can't." And they said, "Why? Injuries?" I said, "No, I'm a man."
Wait a minute! I want to be a pickleball player.
That pickleball's taking over everything. I refuse. I refuse to play it.
I was going to ask you to be a partner with me, John. We could go on the seniors tour. We could probably win a few matches on that seniors tour.
Hey, we could. I might now.
Hope to see you out there. My wife loves it, but we
don't have to move around a lot. The court's not that big. As big as your ass is, that would really cut off 99% of the court for me.
I got more ass than a donkey farm. My high school coach said it'd take me 2 trips to haul ass. He said, "I just got you to 40 time in forever." I couldn't run a 40 now. I mean, literally make it. I could walk it, but I don't. That's about it.
I'm not even sure I can walk 40 yards now.
I don't try to run 40 no more, John. Get it? It's too hard. Hurts too much.
Yeah. Do you still do anything with pro wrestling at all? Do you still go to any shows, or you still go to any?
Help out the independents around here a little bit and do stuff for them and help them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nebraska Next Level Wrestling, they call themselves, are an independent in the area, and I help them out a little bit and try to give them some ideas and characters and try to help the boys a little bit understand how to work, because a lot of times they need help.
Right.
Well, we sure appreciate Lenny bringing over to Waterloo over there. That's a great event that we put on every year at Waterloo at the Sands Museum. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. I told John I'd love to get involved with you guys, help out wherever you feel needed, because I live in Omaha, so I'm 4 hours from you guys.
Oh, great.
And I love that big bastard.
You're the best. You're the best. Hey, and you're welcome to stay with me again.
Always, yeah, you and Lenny always been. I love riding with you two because I laugh the whole time. I always laugh. It's fucking hilarious. He made fun of everybody.
That's right. You know, and when I'm sitting there with Lenny now, because I see him down in Texas some, I see him down there with Lenny. I know he's like a little puppy. You know that you tell don't go past that line. You know, at some point put their paws over the line just to see what happens. You know, he's got to, and you know at some point he's gonna start ribbing me. I know that he can't sit there. He can't sit still long enough without doing something to me. And I'm like, I know it's coming, Lenny. I know it's coming.
Yeah, it will. He'll get you.
Yes, it will. He's the best.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So are both of you guys. You guys are great guys too.
Well, thanks. Well, Dave, hey, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you taking the time. We had a little problem last week because something happened in Nebraska, and apparently this whatever happened. I think it's too close. They're too close to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Well, Oklahoma and Nebraska go way back, boy. You think about the
Are they playing? They're playing this year? I think, aren't they?
I think they are. Yes, I think they are. Yeah.
Good.
They did it at home and home.
That's a rivalry. That's the thing about big time college football. Now you're losing a lot of those rivalries. I mean, we lost the Bedlam series, you know, with Oklahoma State and OU.
That was a terrible mistake. I mean, a terrible mistake.
Awful.
They did that with A&M in Texas.
I know. And you guys, that goes back to the beginning of football. I mean,
the beginning of football was A&M in Texas, and you know they got mad at each other because Texas was making all that money and A&M bolted for the SEC. They're like, guys, you're robbing football fans of one of the greatest rivalries that you have in our state's history, and they're all mad at each other over some stupid shit. And all you do is hurt the fans. It's like Oklahoma State. I mean, those guys need to play each other. That's good for the state. That's good for football.
Good for football in general, yeah.
Oklahoma and Nebraska go back forever trying to win that Big 8 title. It was always back and forth.
Yeah, well, that was the game of the century every year for years and years and years.
Yeah,
and then we don't play them, and they're trying to force Iowa's our rivalry. It just isn't the same. It's not the same there.
Right. And you go Texas, Arkansas. They lost that rivalry too, which was one of the greatest rivalries.
It's inexplicable. I mean, give people what they want. Nobody wants to see Texas play. No offense, Mississippi State. No offense, but I mean they don't. That's not our rival. They're a great team, by a great coach. They want to see us play Oklahoma, and they want to see Texas play A&M. They want to see Texas play Arkansas. That's what they want.
You're right.
Agreed. You know, it's funny when I was in Europe, you know, they kind of ribbed me about, you know, we don't have like World Cup type games, you know, like where England plays France or something. I said, yes, we do. It's called college football.
Yeah.
We'll put 100,000 people in stands, and you got two states that they both shut down to watch.
And they're split right down the middle in the arena, man.
That's right. They're split right down the middle in the arena. It's the greatest thing ever.
That's so cool about college football, man. But, you know, it is what it is. We take what we get nowadays from.
Yeah, I know. I miss that stuff. I really do.
Nebraska was the first team that came along with that great offensive line and also the great strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah, that's what separated him from football is that strength and conditioning. He started all that stuff.
Dan Remington, the All-Star center. That guy was a beast before Beast came along.
He'd sit there with that huge arm, that massive arm. He'd stick it out there, and my God, they look at it and go, that is a grown man right there.
He was in high school, yeah, no question.
Ron Simmons played against Remington. I asked him about it. I said, how was that? He goes, he was very strong. I bet.
Yeah, him and Ron had some battles.
Yeah, that's right. They had some real battles. You know, Ron was, you know, obviously, you know, 3-time, 4-time All-American. You know, that's how you count the freshman All-American. But yeah, that's a heck of a matchup.
That people loved that matchup because it was beast on beast. It was a good matchup.
That's right. And the matchup that's, you know, started, you know, when Ron first got down there with Bobby Bowden, that's when Florida first came along. And of course, the death penalty in SMU helped it because kids were scared to go to the Southwest Conference anymore because they're all stooging each other because everybody's cheating. And that's when kids started going to Florida. That's when you had the greatest contrast in styles ever between Nebraska with the 3 yards and a cloud of dust and Florida with nothing but speed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It changed. That's right. I forget that's what brought them up, Florida State. I mean, they changed from being decent to being, a powerhouse that they were. That's right. All those kids left SMU, went over there. I forgot.
That's right. Every kids were scared to go to, you know, anywhere in the Southwest Conference because they were all, you know, stooging each other. And they went down to Florida and they realized that you could counter the big tough guys from Nebraska with speed, and you may not go in, but you got a chance that way, and that's when the big contrast happened in football.
Oh yeah, it changed the game because in Oklahoma went a lot more speed too back then.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. That's what I as you know, we're three guys that love college football.
And we're right around the corner from it too, guys.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Well, Dave, hey, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you coming on. And if you got anything to push or anything that you want to push, any social media or whatever you guys.
Any appearances, and where can people get a hold of you to do these autograph appearances? If you're
if you're on Facebook, just look up Dave Sullivan and you can message me and I'll text you, and I can do any appearance for you.
Great. Awesome.
Great.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, let me know if you help, gentlemen. I appreciate you.